to give you a theme. So you could get a love story, you could get a comic
But you don't know what your theme is until the movie starts. But it's a lot of fun. We'll be doing another one of those this year, so
yeah, we're
that'll be
excited about
posted
it.
up.
And we can't plan it because,
you don't know what your genre is going to get. And to be honest, I was actually the only person who wasn't drinking, I think, that night. And when I went back to edit the movie, I'm going, this is all out of focus.
Come on, you should do it with us.
I would love to.
If you're in town, wouldn't it be great if she was
I
with us?
don't live that far. I live in Orlando, so it's not that far for me to drive.
That would be cool, and we could use it for great promotion for Mooney. That'd be great.
I'm always up for it.
And we're pretty crazy.
Awesome.
And Eric is in it.
But you can all check out the last year's entry. It's called "You're All Going to Die." It's on Rhonda's.
It actually is pretty good.
It's not bad.
For
for-
an 8-minute short.
Yeah. It's
Cato's a good actor.
Cato Kalin is.
Does anybody know who Cato Kalin is? Do you remember? Okay, so Cato Kalin is a friend of mine prior to everybody knowing him from the O.J. Simpson trial. And he was funny. He's still funny. He's very funny, very handsome man. And he was a stand-up comic who was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And now, I'm in the intimate apparel business now, so I design and manufacture bras and panties, basically, kind of perfect. Since I wore them for 8 years, I'm up all night for you. So now I'm doing a line with Cato Kalin, and it's men's loungewear, because you guys, how do you all lounge around when you're watching TV? Come on, what are you wearing? Just, right? So that's okay sometimes, but sometimes we want you to keep your balls to yourself. So
We don't want them on the couch.
we just think that sometimes we want them put away. So we're making these really cute lounge pants that will say, TV remote, and I'll have this big pocket for your TV remote, and for your potato chips, and Fritos on the side. So that's coming up. And we're also doing a line of intimate apparel with Crystal Hefner, who's the last Mrs. Hefner, the runaway bride. So she'll be in town for Fashion Week.
Yep, for Fashion Week.
Yeah, so just promoting a couple of others, because we like to promote, because we have to. We're told that in this industry, as well as perform, you must promote. You would have been so great on All Night. Now you can do one of my new ones, because we always had all the up-and-coming stars.
I would definitely love to. I'm up for it.
I like it.
Yeah, and again, you can spread the word about the new Up All Night if you know, like, filmmakers, sketch comics, musicians. It's all about submissions for the new show. And like I said, it's all about, projects done by the fans. And instead of like the big 2-hour movies, we're, taking submissions so everybody can be part of the show.
And the website is RhondaShearUpAllNight.com.
RhondaShearUpAllNight.com.
And then the YouTube channel is
Rhonda Shear
YouTube.com/RhondaShearTV.
Do you have a website yet?
We have a website for Mooney, and it's MooneyandtheSpiderQueen.com. We just actually redid it. I sat up for I just sat there for like a week and redid the whole thing.
You did it?
I did. I did do it. And
I commend you.
we have the store connected to it, and we have the store connected to our Facebook. We have our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/MooneyTheStarBabe, and then Twitter @MooneyMoonchild. So everything's all linked together.
I see. See, I'm already thinking of our line of lingerie. Wouldn't you like to see Mooney lingerie?
I would. I'd wear that all the time. I would be like out in the middle of the street, like, look at it, look at it.
That'd be so great. It's so perfect because moon goes with the shape, and we could do some really cute things. Does Mooney have a favorite color?
Red.
Oh,
It's always red.
I mean, pretty much everybody likes red panties.
Yeah.
We have to moonbeam. Everything could be moonbeam Moonies. Mooney's moonbeam line. He's like loving it.
Well, there's other characters too. Like there's Bluebell and Sunrise. So they need lingerie and.
We are definitely wardrobing the next film, without a doubt.
So anybody have any questions about the Up All Night show or anything?
Or Gilbert Gottfried or anybody else?
Anything? Anybody have any specific? Go ahead.
Yeah, I see when on the YouTube channel you was in the Married with Children one episode. The episode.
Married with Children?
Yeah.
Oh, Married with Children.
Yeah, you
I
know with
was.
Al Bundy and.
I was. That was
Peggy.
fun. I was
Yeah.
the next door neighbor. I
Yeah.
always played roles like strippers.
But if you check out Rhonda's YouTube channel, we have the different playlists on there. One of the playlists is called Rhonda Remembers, where
Right.
Rhonda will ask her a question and she'll tell us about her appearance on Happy Days or on Heart to Heart or on Dukes of Hazzard or Dallas or any of those old great shows that everybody loves. And she kind of gives us some behind the scenes, kind of what's going on with the appearance. And then we'll actually show you that original clip.
I've been around a long time.
George Burns, that's a great
Yeah,
clip.
I don't think most of these people in this room know who George Burns or Bob Hope.
Nipsey
for those
Russell,
who-
though. Nipsey Russell was,
Yeah,
that's
Raise
classic.
Remote.
Dance Fever before the Dancing
What's
with
that?
the Stars.
Don't make me
Raise Remote.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
Nipsey
Married with
Russell.
Children was cool, Happy Days was cool, I made out with the Fonz a few bit, I know you guys know that, and I think.
Full House.
Full House, people remember Full House because I played grown-up Kimmy Gibbler.
Yes.
So I had to follow around this young girl on the set all day long, trying to act like her. That was kind of fun.
And I know one thing people ask about, Rhonda was actually on the episode of Happy Days. She was with Cassandra Peterson on that episode.
It's true.
People know that Cassandra Peterson is better known as
Elvira.
So Elvira and Rhonda.
And
late-
we're
both late
still
night
friends,
hostess.
yeah, we actually started, we did a lot of stuff together in early LA, and because she came from Second City, she was a comic, she's very, very funny. Second City, yeah, not television, but from the theater group. So she's a very accomplished, I mean, she created that character of Elvira, which I should have done that with Rhonda, but I named her after my own name, which typecast me and ruined my career after that, but she's really funny, and the very first sitcom that I did when I moved out to LA was Happy Days, and she was cast on it, and we became friends long before she ever did the other thing. And she was just so smart to come up with that character, and the fact that it lives on, and she looks amazing. And she looks so different out of character, though.
And then Spaceballs, which Spaceballs played last night here. So she's in,
Spaceballs.
Yeah, I
She's
have
in
a
the
huge part
diner
in it,
scene.
one line.
one line in the diner scene.
Yeah. Whoever knew,
She
yes.
orders,
that
Yeah.
film would become such a cult classic. Okay, well, I can tell, the
Do you-
interesting thing about, I ordered a Luna fish sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
Mel Brooks looked at me for the waitress, see, this is where I messed up. Because Mel Brooks cast every single role, even the tiniest roles, he doesn't even have casting directors do it, he meets everybody. So I went in and I wanted to be the waitress in the diner, I wanted to do that scene, and he goes, but you're not blonde, because I was brunette back then. And I said, well, I can easily put on a blonde wig. He goes, no, just report to the set tomorrow, or whenever it was, a week later, and I will find some dialogue for you. I like your look, and I like your look as a brunette, and I'll find it. But I'm like, I don't want to be the waitress. But he was really cool, and that scene took all day, and even watching that scene back then with the little monster on a track was even gross to watch. It was like,
He's not again.
it was cool to meet John Candy, of course.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, this is so sad.
Yeah.
I did. They were all lovely. I've met, through Up All Night, I had to up all night. So, I had to work with a lot of celebrities, and I interviewed through the years too, so that was kind of cool. But Bill Pullman was very cool. It took John Candy 8 hours to get into that costume back then. But you know that any of these films that you see with that heavy-duty costuming, it takes longer, I think, to do the scenes. I mean, to make up than to do the scenes. It's really heavy-duty, yeah.
Yeah, I feel when you interview Razor Ramon. Razor Ramon?
The
wrestler.
Razor Ramon,
Oh,
the wrestlers,
oh,
the
yeah,
WWE,
God,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
USA Network used to own WWE, so I used to work a lot with all those wrestlers. And they were just great guys. They were much like, they call themselves carny guys, because they had their own like language that they would speak behind the scenes. And all I know is that they eat a lot of carbs.
Oh, yeah.
Like pancakes that high. And then Bret Hart, I think they made up this love affair that he and I had. It wasn't real, but it was like for press. And that was kind of fun. And so I met them all, you know,
That's nice.
those guys back. They were great. I mean, they were really, they were different. Just like I've worked many times with Howard Stern, and he's different too when he's not. Just like Gilbert Gottfried, totally different. I mean, he's like this really good father, and he's a really weirdo. He's a stand-up.
Yeah, have you been to Hogan Beach? Hogan Beach?
Oh, wait, locally?
Logan's Beach on Courtney Kimmel.
I have not.
It's like the-
Yeah, it's owned by Hulk Hogan and Jimmy Hart. He always be up there. Jimmy Hart?
Really? I know there's a lot of wrestlers out of here, right, that live
Oh
here.
yeah, Hulk
We have
Hogan.
them all.
Yeah, a lot of wrestlers live up there.
I know. I like that. That's an interesting world as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it kind of goes with Comic-Con.
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, yeah, a bit.
I
See
mean,
a lot of different.
The Rock has done well for
Rock's done
himself.
well. Everything kind of overlaps and stuff, all different, like the Batista is in the Guardians of the Galaxy, the wrestler and stuff. So.
Ask Ken some weird question. I just want to see, like some weird, like character or something. He's going to know it.
There's an article about you in the Tribune today, too.
Me?
Yes.
Well, that's cool. Is it nice?
I don't know. Paul wrote it, so I hope.
It better be. So it's-
Does it say nasty things?
I don't know.
So anybody have any questions for Rhonda? Anybody for
Yeah.
any of her movies
Or
or
for
TV
Nicole,
shows
because
or
I'm very
Up All
proud
Night?
of her, and I'm going to be in her next film, because I made her promise me that today.
She is. She's definitely good. I'm so excited about it.
I'm excited about you.
Thank
I really wish, but that's what we'll do Up All Night here and for this gentleman, because I just love him. That is so bringing him back to his childhood.
He
honey.
smiles every
I know,
time we do it,
it's-
and he does this little giggle like.
He's so 6 years old right now, and I love that. That's just awesome. Yeah. Hey, I have some, I know I brought some pictures that I'm signing for free. If you didn't get one downstairs, I'm happy to sign anything of some, you brought them, right? So,
Is that what she's bringing up right now?
yeah. Well, that's okay. Well, I'll just sign one. This is a
But again-
really old poster. Thank you, you're the
And
best.
again,
You're so
her
much better.
YouTube channel, we're uploading like all of Rhonda's archives and a lot of stuff like we're like.
Yeah, if you want to look back into your childhood, just watch that stuff.
Like all the old Up All Night episodes, we're doing them in sequential order. So we're about halfway through the 3rd season, I believe, right now.
And you only have 7 more years to go.
But we're trying to put up an episode a day and during the week, and then on Thursdays, it's in kind of the throwback
Like a
Thursday
throwback
mode.
video, yeah.
It's the
'Cause I
Rhonda
do a lot,
Remembers
and
clips.
did you ever do any of the, you haven't put up any of my crazy talk shows.
It's little segments of it, not the entire like blast of it. We do that.
I just put up an interview with you.
Oh my
The
gosh.
cleavage cam, cleavage cam. We got cleavage cam is up there
From hard copy?
from hard copy.
Okay, cool.
The cleavage cam when Rhonda.
I have to remind them, you know why, in my office, which is my intimate apparel office, my husband was kind enough to build archives. I have 4,000 videotapes, which are the old.
VHS, beta,
Yeah.
you name it. It's
And
if
they've
the
been-
format that's not used anymore. We have it in that closet.
And we downloaded them to.
They've all been digitized to the computer, so if we ever need a backup copy, it's in that room.
And I am writing a book right now, so it's good to have all that stuff for the book, because it's been an interesting ride, because my husband over there, that one, he was my high school sweetheart. So it's kind of fun that, well, not fun, because he left at the best part of my life, I wouldn't have gone to LA if he would have been in my life, he was too jealous. He never would have let me make out with Henry Winkler. But anyway, so I'm writing how, like, I had this whole Hollywood career, and then this whole, then reunited at an older age with my first sweetheart, and now I'm in this other business. So it's kind of a very inspirational book for women, just like, I like that Mooney's strong. She's not the damsel in distress. She takes over, sells moonbeam bras.
It's always good. It's always good to have, I think, good role models for women. To look.
I think, does Mooney just save people? Does she save people?
There's been a couple where she has, saved.
Does she have a job?
Well, she's a star babe. Star babes are curious by nature, so like Papa, her creator, wants to keep her on the planet, and she just runs around because she doesn't like to stay home. She's the bad kid. She leaves you
I think
sleeping.
she has to be, Nick, this is for you. I think that you have to add this other element that Mooney's an entrepreneur.
Well, she
owns a
joined the-
company of some kind.
She became like a cop for a while. Like she was a space ranger for a while, and then yeah.
She should manufacture moonbeams. Really strong, tough.
Are you going to do another comedy pajama party?
Oh, that's a good question. We had that in the works at Mahaffey, and we planned it on Good Friday, so it got canceled. It just seemed like more people wanted to pray than laugh. I don't know. So we may bring it back. At this point, I don't have anything on the books. What, do you have something to say? Because I do stand up, and I love stand up, but what, you're going to talk and say that I'm working somewhere.
No, I was going to say, we've got the Snappers. We've got, there's a comedy show coming up in the fall.
With Snappers, I think you're.
I'm hosting it.
She's gonna MC and host Jay and Carol.
But you know I'm gonna have a cocktail.
Of course, she's gonna have a cocktail and probably tell some jokes.
It's not the full-blown PJ party, but you will get to see Rhonda doing some of her stand-up.
So that's
And some of her
October
stand-up, just
16th.
mentioning some of her stand-up, you can actually see some of that too on Rhonda's YouTube channel.
And I
She has
do
some-
love
She has
it.
some very funny
Well, the
stand-up.
Battle of the Sexes with her and John Stewart.
John Stewart and Rhonda doing
In the
Battle
early
of the
days?
Sexes.
Really?
Yeah, you and John
I
Stewart.
remember that.
There
You're
was the two
fighting.
of you battling it off, Battle of the Sexes.
John Stewart?
John Stewart, yes.
Was that on his show, or?
No, it was a
Oh,
syndicated
no, we
program.
started together.
It
I'm
was-
still mad at him for tattling on me.
It was a
Something
syndicated program with like stand-up comics of Battle of the Sexes.
Oh, I want to, you gotta,
Yeah, it's good.
you gotta send me that link.
Yeah,
So
we-
you come out and do a bit, and then
And
a
then he
guy
comes
comes
out,
out and does a bit, and then
They kinda
the
go-
audience kind of votes or tallies it up. again.
Really?
Yeah.
But everything Rhonda is on her YouTube channel. Spread the word.
And you
There's
and
some
Letterman,
live clips.
you and Letterman on that weird dating
I
show.
know.
There's that's
Also
actually.
Bill Maher.
Yeah, it's her
I
and
did
Letterman on some
politically
dating
incorrect.
show. It's
And he was
crazy.
a contestant?
He was a judge.
He was a judge.
Rhonda was a contestant,
I was a
actually, on the
contestant.
with your roommate at the time. You were
I know.
fighting over a guy.
She was such a slut. Susan Sherlock, you can find her on Facebook. She was, she would just come over, and I was this innocent young thing. Anyway.
But
it-
all things Rhonda, we're finding new things in the archive all the time.
I
Putting
need
them
to
up
see
on.
the John Stewart thing.
I'll get it.
See, I don't remember that. I remember doing shows with Dr. Ruth and.
You did Dr. Ruth. You hosted with Vicki Lawrence. You hosted the Vicki Lawrence show. And,
He knows more about it than I do. I don't, okay, now I remember Politically Correct with Bill Maher.
Politically
Yes,
Correct
but-
And
Bill
then
Maher.
I did Hard Knocks with Bill Maher, which was the first thing he did prior to anything, which was a sitcom.
So
I just put up an interview with you and Don Johnson for Nash Bridges. You do like a 15-minute sit down with him. That's
we're
cool.
finding like all kind of things in the archives. It's surprising. It's
so-
surprising all of us and stuff. But if you really like classic, good TV, you're going to see a lot of.
I don't know if it's good TV, but I've done a lot of shit.
It's on TV. It's got to be good. It's
I've
like,
been around, I'm like a bat. Oh my gosh, okay, seriously, I have been around for a long time, but you can also watch me in Home Shopping. You know, it's sad, no one at HSN knows that I did any of this stuff.
Well, they need to.
They only care about Serena Williams.
You gotta write a book.
I am reading a book, but I need to be reminded, yeah, it's kind of fun. It's good because it's empowering for women. You can just do anything. You can be Mooney and you can take over the world, as you should.
Yeah, every woman needs to take over the world.
I love you. I don't know who you are. But
He hasn't stopped grinning.
you're very supportive of women, and that's a cool thing. Even this young fella here, you're learning a lot. And I know who both of you are. I know your mama well.
She was asleep during that time.
What?
She was asleep when you were on TV, so she had to work.
This one?
No, my mother.
Oh, your mother. She was taking care of you when you were being naughty.
Yeah.
Did you know that they were here? Yeah, where's your wife? Home.
Does anybody have a favorite Up All Night episode that we can load up?
Friday the 13th, marathons, yeah.
Marathon? Okay. I can't think
I
of it.
believe we've got a couple of those up right now. Like I said, we're uploading. We're not uploading the actual movie. We're uploading Rhonda's hosting segments. But I think I know what you're talking about. There was a. There's
Do you remember Lene Quigley? She's a good friend of mine still. You know all these gals, huh? They're all my friends. She lives in Florida as well now, like near Fort Lauderdale. A lot of these gals have moved out of Hollywood, but they still do all the autograph shows. I don't know if it's Comic-Con, but they do a lot of the other shows, conventions. Did you guys walk around the floor?
Oh, yeah. We were here yesterday, too, when it first opened, so we were here yesterday, here today, here tomorrow.
We're trying to tell Rhonda how fun these conventions are, so she should show
Got
us.
a lot of pictures.
First time for me.
How are you liking it?
It's pretty fun, actually. I mean, but it feels like the Comic-Con convention has gotten smaller somehow. It's like everything is closing in. There's more people coming. There's less room to walk around in. Yesterday, it was big.
It was,
Yeah, there wasn't as many people.
And they say there's gonna be more tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it looks kind of crowded to me. I could be wrong. It's a lot of people.
Which, I mean, there was still a lot of people here yesterday, today, just,
Well, people had to work and then, you know.
And this is only, how many years is this going? Does anybody know how?
This is the second.
This is the second year. This is going to explode even more next year.
they said last year was 500 people,
Right.
this year 50,000.
There you go. Part of history, kids.
A lot of
A lot of
good costumes.
good costumes. Are you hot wearing that?
Always wear sweaters.
Okay.
Are you from Florida?
No, Connecticut.
Oh.
How are you always wearing sweaters? I'm from New York. I'm dying over here. I'm sweating.
Yeah, but you know, breasts can be hot.
Yeah.
Are you guys still gonna have the Mooney booth up tomorrow?
What?
Are you still gonna have the Mooney booth up on the floor tomorrow?
Oh yeah, it's up all the way until Comic-Con's no more.
I think you got your number one fan there.
Actually, because your brother, right?
Yeah.
Has the booth right behind us.
Hero rap, yeah.
So we've been talking a lot.
That's good. That's good. You know, some of your original fans, some of my original fans that watched Up all night, are still like friends and still fans after all these years, and I still hear from them. This guy used to do cartoons of me, and he still puts things up on Facebook. It's kind of cool.
And you're on Duckman, tell them
I was a duck.
the Up All Night episode.
And actually, there's a comic book with you in it called Squirrel.
Yeah, I was a reporter.
It's like a-
Everybody
kind of
gets
a-
killed by squirrels.
It's a Hitchcock parody with squirrels.
It's
and
true.
birds.
I forgot about that. Why aren't they here? It's
They
actually,
may be, they could be, I don't know.
they would have let me know.
Yes.
Because, yeah, everybody dies. It's like the birds, but with squirrels.
But with squirrels.
Squirrel! Okay, so,
Get you to death.
yeah, I forgot about that. They should have been here. I'm gonna let them know.
Send them a message.
I think this is probably our time, because I think the convention's closing in 2 minutes. But, anything else, if anybody wants any autographs, I'm happy to sign them.
What was your favorite Up All Night episode? What one sticks out the most for you as far as,
Well, I don't know if it's my,
maybe the funniest or the most outrageous or
oh
the
my
worst?
God.
You like those Lucy ones and the parody ones?
Yeah, I like the ones I enjoyed the most were when I moved, the show was 4 years in LA and then moved to New York. And I did parodies of Lucy and I Dream of Jeannie and Cher and, who else? Alice from The Honeymooners.
Honeymooners.
And so, Gilligan's Island. So when I did the parodies as an actress, I enjoyed those the most. The one I remember most is when I was sitting on the ledge of a dunk tank in LA, and the whole show was like they had these guys throwing, at the thing that would make you drop. And then, of course, I was going in at some point, and they waited till the last shot, and I thought that when you hit a dunk tank, that you just kind of like float in, and it's not hard. Like when you fall into those things, like water shot up through the back of my head, like all my clothes flew off. It was like crazy. So I remember that one. I mean, things like that. I mean, not that it was the best or the most fun, but just. And then another show that they print, the shows I remember, the shows that my producers pranked me on. So there was a pie that's up on the air, right? A pie in the face episode. So the whole show, I was supposed to get pied in the face, but we were gonna wait till the last shot again. And so the producer virtually surprised me at the very top of the show, just had my hair and makeup done, bam. So it was a very real reaction of getting the pie in the face. And then they had to wait for me to go back to hair, makeup, de-pied. So I guess I remember those because I really had a great crew. I mean, they worked together for many years, so that was cool. And I was telling my husband on the way over here today that I think that the best thing about being on our side of the camera, whether it be acting or in a film or a TV show, is the camaraderie with the cast and the people that you get to hang out with for however long, whether it be a week or a month or, Up All Night for me, that was like an 8-year run. So that was cool.
There's been a question over here.
You seem to know a lot. What's
Yeah,
your
he's,
favorite thing?
this dude knows it all.
Every horrible, he has Doug Henning, volumes 1 through 8, magic shows. It's horrible.
I know. But seriously, you gotta ask him the weirdest questions, because I wanna see him answer it.
What's your favorite thing that she's done?
That Rhonda's done?
He doesn't watch when he downloads my stuff.
Um,
He likes the commercials.
I'd have to think, I actually really like the, a lot of the stand-up comedy stuff, like the Battle of the Sexes. It might be Circus of the Stars, when Rhonda was on Circus.
Circus is a really good
Rhonda was at
segment.
Circus of the Stars, and she was really funny.
With
She
Leslie
was
Nielsen.
Leslie Nielsen from Airplane Fan.
Okay, so here's the weird thing about these two guys. To my right, that are producers, right? Okay, so I did Up All Night for 8 years. I worked with some of the sexiest cheerleaders, dancers, actresses, models. They never talk about that. They always talk about something else. There's something weird going on with them. Like,
Okay, she was in the episode of Up All Night with the Barbie twins. How about that one?
that was good. That was, you know, it's like all the chick things.
You know, we had the same drama team. Brother
In
Alexis.
real life, yes. Well, that was the problem, is we both have a priest.
Yeah, we had a
Drama
brother as a drama teacher.
I actually called him when I auditioned for Happy Days and said, I have to kiss the fans in the audition, and I don't know how to do that.
Oh, you've gotten advice from the priest?
I
How to do that?
swear.
How to kiss a young boy.
I didn't get that part. It took me 4 years. That has to be in the book.
Oh, my God.
But that's another one of our connections that Gene and myself and Rhonda, we all went to Loyola
Different
University
years, there were a couple of years younger.
in
but-
New Orleans, with,
Yeah, being from New Orleans, you're kind of weird anyway, because you think Mardi Gras is a normal day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah,
period.
it's
You
normal.
think go cups where you drink on the street is normal, you
Yes,
think people
you drive
parade.
through daiquiri places,
Drive
that's
through-
normal.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
drive
gosh.
through daiquiri
I
places
know.
in New Orleans.
It sounded really good, isn't it? Saturday night? Yeah.
Daiquiri.
Daiquiri night. You're cool.
she was excited you were here. We were talking before you got here, so we were talking all.
We're having a great time.
Nerd, I prefer the term intellectual badass. That's awesome. That's awesome. Nerd's real, I've always been a nerd. I just dress like a.
I mean, look, like Avengers is the number one thing, the biggest blockbuster, Guardians of the Galaxy, that's what it is.
Yeah. That's your
Cool thing.
because nerds are smart. Well, I want to thank you guys for being here. Thank you for
Thank
staying.
you.
It's very fun for us.
Anybody want any pictures?
Pictures
Rhonda's having
or
a sign
autographs or
picture
anything?
taken up here, so.